The Le Méridien background and its property. The internationally renowned Le Méridien brand was established in 1972 by the Air France to provide a home away from home for its customers. The first Le Méridien property was a 1,000-room hotel in Paris, which called Le Méridien Etoile. The group continued to grow, and by 1991, the total number of Le Méridien properties had risen to 58. In November 2005, the Le Méridien brand and management fees business was acquired by Stout Hotel and Resort Worldwide Incorporation. The lease and owned real estate assets were acquired in a separate joint venture formed by the Lehman Brothers and Stout Capital. With more than 100 hotels and resorts worldwide and strongest, most globally diverse portfolio in its history, the Paris-born Le Méridien brand connects the curious and creative mind traveler to unexpected and engaging experiences within their destination. With its brand promise of destination unlocked, Le Méridien has transformed numerous guest touchpoints through global partnerships with British minds such as Ely, the Lego Group, Journey Izuni, and many more. Their plans call for a dynamic portfolio expansion with the next 5 years in some of the world's most exciting destinations, concentrating on markets in Asia Pacific and the Americas. Next is the description of the internalization strategy. For the Méridien, Stout is introducing a rebranding that carries the theme destination design, which include a new advertising campaign, marketing campaign, and visual identity that showcase new elements such as typefaces and photography to offer a fresh perspective of the global destination. The global brand leader of the Le Méridien, Brian Povenel, had said that with a reinvigorated brand positioning built off our promise of unlocking destination for guests, we are committed to offering a range of curated experiences around the arts, culture, and cuisines in key destinations around the world. The Le Méridien brand refresh strive to appeal the creative mind traveler who may not have time to explore cultural landmarks while visiting destination. According to Povinel, he recounted a recent business trip to Istanbul where he was unable to discover the site in the city. Therefore, the brand devised a strategy to ensure the cultural aspect of the location are incorporated into each of the Le Méridien hotel. Povinel said travelers are looking for experience and 75% of the millennials want to travel abroad. Le Méridien's theme design applied arts as the differentiator, devising a color palette, a scheme that built upon the existing aspect of the brand's personality and French heritage. When coming up with the new ideas of the Le Méridien makeover, the design team researched concepts from the French New Wave cinema. Other influences include CinemaScope, urban architecture, Monocle magazine, and the title sequences designed by Solbes for such movies as Vertigo and Anatomy of a Murder. We look at the great juxtapositions and graphic element with this film, said Ravi Hempel, Vice President and the Creative Director for the graphic design of the Global Brand Design Group at Stout, who also refreshed and launched the I Love identity. Paris was huge for us, knowing that the Le Méridien originated in Paris. We want to acknowledge the heritage of this brand. Since then, both Stouts and its hotel ownership groups have transformed Le Méridien into a contemporary lifestyle brand that strives to unlock destination through culture, arts, and cuisine for both guests and locals alike. More recently, Le Méridien has undergone a full transformation, including a comprehensive portfolio review as well as redevelopment of its brand strategy, marketing approach, and service training. Taking a cue from the general of the past, but with a contemporary approach. Le Méridien has collaborated with the Parisian punk cover band Nouvelle Vague on a 24-hour hotel soundtrack and global music tour. The partnership is paired with the Le Méridien Sparkling, an array of beverages offering a spritzer reminiscent of European aperitif hour. Additionally, Le Méridien launched its first global eclair program in partnership with pastry hot chef and LM100 member of Johnny Izuni. Each property offers a variety of modern twists on the Parisian trade, including classic flavor and creations inspired by the destination. Izuni created 8 seasonal eclair recipes for the hotel inspired by his travel through various Le Méridien destinations. The brand's Le Méridien helped reinterpret the traditional lobby into a social gathering place and further boost of the brand's arrival experience and coffee culture. Le Méridien arrival consists of 4 elements: large-scale artwork in high-impact area, the sensory experiences illustrated through the Le Méridien signature scenes, sounds, and use of light, and the Unlock Art program, featuring artist-designed key card collection that offer access to the Le Méridien affiliated contemporary culture centers in the city, encouraging guests to explore the hotel and get out of the room. Overseen internally, the rebranding also includes menus, business cards and brochures, and stationery. The rethinking of the brand also ties back to the guest room, which offer a residential-like atmosphere, while allowing regional designers to add a local flair to the property in an attempt to tell a seamless story between advertising campaign and room design, according to the company.
For the first question, characteristic or personal skill that the firm look for in an employee. For the characteristic, first is cheerful and outspoken. The employee that the labor manager look for based on characteristic or personal skill is same within the expatriate and the local employee. First, the characteristic of the employee or staff taking in works must be suited for the Le Méridien instead of skill, because Le Méridien is a well-known brand and premium and distinctive. Le Méridien is quite a modern and also very culture kind of company. They are looking for an employee who is cheerful and able to talk to customer for outspoken. The reason that Le Méridien choosing employee for outspoken is to make sure that they can mingle with the customer even they are the kitchen staff. For the second characteristic is proactive. In addition to this, they are also looking for a person who is proactive, which means that the proactive is also an essential element when hiring the staff in Le Méridien. Because the person is not proactive, he or she won't doing extra mile. For example, in the hotel industry, especially five-star hotel, they cannot simply just sit down or standing in the place to wait for the new customer to walk in. And then offer good service to them, because the hotel service is not like the transaction service. Le Méridien trying to look for the employee that are able to give the service that people didn't expect, such as anticipating the customer need. For an example, in the hotel industry, the expectation is also important to the customer. If the customer that expect there is someone to open door or greeting before they are entering the hotel lobby, because it is a five-star hotel. So the proactive characteristic is important when hiring. For the last is the skill. For the skill aspect, Le Méridien require basic employee skill, depends on which department they work, because different department have different skill that needs to learn. For example, if the hotel is looking for a pastry chef, the employee must have the basic pastry skill, same as hiring a cost controller that has a cost control background, which is able to do inventory and manage waste and so on so far. In the hotel industry, skills are definitely needed, but the experience is also very important. No matter how high your education is, you have to learn or start from the low. Education can say it's an additional or an advantage. It is not the main reason that you can be qualifier for a higher person or other than experience. So the experience is more important than the skill. In a nutshell, proactive, outspoken, and willing to learn is the crucial element for a lead management is in choosing the employee or staff instead of pursuing skill because they are more willing to give extra mile to talk to the guest or provide better service to the customer.
Question 2. Criteria or skill needed to work in a firm subsidiary in a foreign market. Ability to keep and maintain the reputations of companies. The Meridian Hotel is an international chain hotel with more than 100 hotels around the world. The hotel has built up a good image of the brand, and brand image has been widely known for guests. Even in other markets, the new hotel does not require too much branding, and the good brand image, it will attract guests from all over the world. So it is important for everyone who is willing to work in the firm subsidiary in a foreign market to keep and maintain the reputation of the company to work in. And for the foreign talents, everyone wants to work in an international change company and organization because the opportunity is more. So for the million, attracting foreign talent is easy, as the brand worldwide is over thousands of hotels. If today you are in Kunda Kinabalu, you work until the second level of the second year already, you can apply to transfer to other places in Malaysia. You can get the opportunity to change your career and move to the other place. If your position is higher, your skill is acquired by other countries, you can get the chance to work in other countries, such as China and Australia. All those places have the market there. So as the international companies, most of individuals love to join them. But they have a difficult in looking for talent to work with the hotels because the hotel not easy jobs also. We operate 24 hours. Most of the young people are willing to work for such a long time.
In your opinion, what are the common challenges that are expatriate or foreign worker encounter working in Malaysia? First challenges is in rules and regulation. Rules and regulation is one of the biggest challenges that an expatriate have to face when they want to working in Malaysia. Before they can enter this country, they have to be approved by the immigration to have the permit to be allowed to work in this country. This work permit usually stand for 2 years, and the company have to renew it every 2 years for the expatriate to be working again in this country. A problem usually occurs when come the time approval for the permit in the immigration section. 2 weeks time is needed for the permit to be processed, and the expatriate can take in working here. But when the time for approval is delayed, the immigration have some competition and cannot be avoided. The company have to reschedule the flight ticket and book another flight ticket for the expatriate that they are already told to come and work in Malaysia. This also can cause the company to lose some amount of money. Second is adapting the local culture. Expatriate experience and talent sometimes very needed in some position where the local do not have the speciality and the experience that expatriates have. And challenges happen when the expatriate usually cannot adopt the local culture immediately. Sometimes these methods can cause the expatriate to find another place where she or he can blend with the local culture immediately. But this usually happens to the expatriate who first time work at the foreign country. And the last is miscommunication. These challenges usually happen with the lower rank and upper rank in the some company. Usually, the high rank worker is held by the expatriate that company have attract them to work in their company. The lower worker usually come from the local that work in that company. Problem occurs when lower worker cannot speak or understand the English language fluently. This can cause some miscommunication between the worker later.
In your opinion, what can a person do to prepare himself for an international posting? A person's good personality really important for himself or herself to prepare for an international posting. If they have this initiative want to pursue their career in other country, to pursue their career in next level to other country, of course their quality has to be there. They cannot still working here because this is an international brand hotel. Somebody just want to come and get a chance as a stepping stone to go out to go other country, but not necessary other country wants to accept you. In the meantime, other country might have the rule about regulation like immigration. They cannot take people who are low level. And also, if a person would like to go for other country, they need to have their own quality and qualification. Even though they are not high educated, their skills and experience must be there to people to evaluate them. So for a person to prepare themselves, basically it's self-ready. They have to willing to learn more things, willing to take more challenge and multitask. Because when you're willing to multitask, you have to do more. Some people is very calculating. They just want to do whatever their job include. So when the time you are not calculate, if you are willing to do more than what your job include, you have to learn more. You force yourself at a lot of knowledge and a lot of information. Then they will help you to develop your career.
Next is the benefit of working in international firm. The first one is when working in international firm, it will offer money, pension, and health insurance. For example, in the Meridian itself, they have offer a money, pension, and health insurance for the employees. The second one is when working in international firms, it will have more opportunity to develop the career. This is mean when person want to develop the career in other country, the benefit from the international firm is very high. For example, for the human manager itself in Lee Meridian, she is from the Peninsula Malaysia, which is Johor, and has worked in the Kuala Lumpur for years. Then when she married to her husband, which is Sabahan, she applying to transfer in Lee Meridian branch in Kota Kinabalu, and later she get the job. This is the example of the relocate for the international company. The other one is the general manager itself for the Lee Meridian. The human resource manager said that uh, their general manager has been transferred to China last year. This is considered extra promotion for the general manager because in China he has to take care 2 branch of the hotel compared to the branch Lee Meridian branch in the Kota Kinabalu itself. And the third one is the job advantage. This is considered to the resume and the co-curriculum vitae, which is CV. The human managers resource said, human resource manager said, the CV or the resume will look better when you are working in the international firm. This is because the people will look more into the international firm when they're looking for employees, when a company looking for the employees. Uh, this is because the people understand more and know the standard of the international firm. This is not meaning to say the local brand is not good as well, but this is mean the people need time to understand more in the local brand itself.
For the part reflector and theoretical analysis, human resource manager responsibilities include recruitment and selection, training and development, human resource planning, assessing performance of employees, payment and reward systems, initiatives to align employee developments to corporate strategies. We met with the Meridian's human resource manager at Kota Kinabalu to learn more about how the Meridian can make effective use of its human resources. And for the first part, recruitment and selection. The first is ethnocentric key positions filled by nationals of the parent company. The second method is multi-central. Nationals from host countries are recruited to manage subsidiaries in their own country. The third method is geocentric, recruiting the best people regardless of their nationality. The fourth method is regional central, the best person to recruit in the area where the affiliate is located, for example, USA. The choice of international human resource management approach depends on the degree and type of internationalization, the type of industry and market being served, the characteristics of staff and cultural preferences. As stated by the human resource manager, we interviewed proactiveness, openness, willingness to learn, and good attitude are key elements of the Meridian's selection of employees. Rather than the pursuit of skills because they prefer to talk to customers or provide better services to their clients. And the next is training and development. As MNEs move overseas, training and development are becoming more complex. The type of training and development depends on many factors. The first is the degree of concentration in management. We think the Meridian Hotel is doing very well. The human resource manager of the Meridian tells us that their skills training is handled through on-the-job training. And for managers, the most important aspect of training managers is knowledge training. The second is the type of worker employees in the manager's subsidiary or joint venture. The third is the importance of the brand and the degree to which the employee reflects on the brand. The fourth is cultural expectations of which the employee reflects on the brand. The fourth is cultural expectations of training. However, if more multi-central approaches are taken, training may be more localized and more in line with local culture. And the next is human resource planning. The trade of HRP in the hotel industry can be through internship, postgraduate enrollment programs. The Meridian Hotel will be able to train them who will work in this hotel after graduation. The Meridian Hotel HRP can also post vacancies through the website through IHRM. They receive resumes via email, then support the interview process through information technology and finally hire the right person. This is a low-cost human resource planning for the hotel industry, or there is another way that the HRP hospitality industry can buy talent rather than grow it, and is assessing performance of employees. The Meridian Hotel need to do performance appraisal. There must be a performance appraisal goals. The first thing to be fair about the development and placement of employees and the direction of company. Employee development recommended by the competent to do identification. Appraisals must be familiar with staff. The first element of identification is credibility. Credibility is determined by nationality, gender, family, trade title, education. Appraisal's authority is important. Respect in employees, respect of supervisors or appraisals, complete together, can be once a year, slowly developed, or regular once a month. And the next is payment and reward systems. The Meridian could give staff house allowances, cost of living allowances, attributions to savings, pension schemes, etc., while abroad, relocations allowances, education allowances for expatriations children, example language tuition, and enrollment fees in the host country or boarding school fees in the home country, medical, emergency, and security cover. And the last one is initiatives to align employee developments to corporate strategies. First, prioritize learning by establishing long-term business goals. Only when employees are clear aware of the business goals, they are learning to help achieve their overall business goals. Effective custom learning solutions. The second is to add real value to the business. Third, learning and development teams at the Meridian hotels often integrate learning activities into a broadened talent and performance strategy. Fourth, to ensure that employees can establish a learning culture. The Meridian Hotel has now successfully implemented a comprehensive understanding of the importance of the business. They can clearly explain how a customized learning solution can add value to your organization and increase business value.
As a conclusion, throughout the accomplishment of this assignment, our group learned so much about the expectation and issues in international human resource management in which Lee Meridian Kota Kinabalu perspective. The input we gain is important for fresh graduates like us to be implemented in our future ahead. Thank you.